Hey guys, it's Hat Guy with the picks. Getting a blood transfusion and being prepped for surgery at 8:45 in the morning. I'm as committed as they come when it comes to picking winners. And you know exactly what we did last night? Once again, we had another winner. Did it get too close? No, it never got too close because it stayed under. Another winner. Guys, that moved our record overall to 38-30-2. 55.8%. I'm not happy with that. Other handicappers are looking for a number like that at the end of the year, and that's a great year for them. Not this one. No. And if you followed me, you know exactly what I'm capable of. And I think we're about to go on that little journey right now. So after last night's under, did the game go exactly how I said? Yeah. It was raining at kickoff. It was windy. When it hit zeros, it was still raining. It was still windy. A beautiful game. Our NFL record is 20-11-2. 64.5% in the NFL. And those are all games at -110. There is no adjusted lines or none of that stuff. That is 64.5% in the NFL for picking winners. I don't know who's doing it better in the NFL than me. I'm sure there's some out there that are doing it better in college than me. NFL, I'd have a hard time thinking that. Listen, tonight, I forgot to say this. You can definitely tell I'm out of my element. It is early morning right now. So tonight, we have East Carolina at 6-3, traveling to Cincinnati at 7-2. This line is sitting at -6 Cincinnati. The total opened up at 53, and it's sitting at 52. I did a lot of work on this game, too. This is a big game in the AAC. ECU, they've won 3 in a row. They beat a very scrappy Memphis team. They beat them in overtime. And then they embarrassed a UCF team, beating them by 21 points when ECU was getting 5.5 points. And then they went to a very, very tough environment in BYU, and they beat them on the road 27-24, and ECU was getting 3.5 points in that game. This is an ECU team that is very undervalued. Very undervalued. And it's also a team that's clicking on all cylinders right now. Their leader, quarterback Holton Ahlers, he's thrown for 2,650 on the year. Yeah, that's 2,650 yards. 18 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. And he got 2 big-time and literally big receivers that he absolutely loves in C.J. Johnson and Isaiah Winston. They've combined for 1,570 and 11 touchdowns. Ehlers is completing 71% of his passes. That's a crazy number. Crazy number. And we're 9 games in. 71% of his passes. And this guy's not throwing 20 times a game. I mean, this guy's throwing. They got a very solid, running game too. A really good running back in Keaton Mitchell. Hell, he's ran for 860 and 9 touchdowns in 9 games. He's just under 100 yards a game. ECU has averaged 37 points per game and have given up 26 points per game in their last 3. CINCY beat Navy. And okay, maybe there was a little bit of weather in that game, but I don't care. Just like that game last night, I don't care. They played Navy. And they beat them 20-10. Which they didn't cover. They were given 18 points to them. Navy's defense was giving up 26 points a game. And you're telling me Cincinnati at home was only able to put up 20 points on a bad Navy team? Cincinnati completely underperformed in that game badly. Very badly. And then they lost to UCF the game before, 25-21. Yeah, that's the same UCF team that ECU just beat the brakes off by 21. And they were only able to put up 330 yards in that UCF game. And their only other tough game on the schedule that was on surface at the time, and it wouldn't even be right now, you got to go all the way back to week 1 when Cincinnati played Arkansas. And Cincinnati was getting 6.5 points and they lost the game by 7. They've only played 2. Really, arguably, only 1 good team in UCF, and they lost to them. Cincinnati's had a cupcake schedule. Very, very soft. This Cincinnati team, they gave up over 500 yards to UCF. ECU's defense was able to hold them to 415 total yards, and they won by 21. This Cincinnati team's led by Ben Bryant, and do not get him confused with Desmond Ridder, because he is not. He's not even close, okay? This is not the Cincinnati team from last year, and for some reason, I don't know why, Vegas is still portraying them as a team from last year, and they're not. Ben Bryant's thrown for 2,350, 18 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Cupcake schedule. He's completing 63% of his passes. Cupcake schedule. They got a running back that is solid, McClellan. He's run for 727 yards and 6 touchdowns. They got a pair of wide receivers that are good. Tyler Scott and Trey Tucker. They've combined for 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns. Those two wide receivers are 5'8" and 5'9". ECU safeties are 6'3" and 6'2". In my opinion, and it's probably a lot of other people's opinion, this Cincinnati team's been overvalued the whole year. And if you've had Cincinnati a lot this year, you've lost a lot this year. They're inconsistent as can be. I mean, you can go back and look at numbers, stats, games, lines, anything that you want to look at. Or you could just take what I'm telling you, because I've already done all the work for us, and run with it. Yes, ECU can be thrown on. I'm not denying that one bit. ECU can be thrown on. But ECU is going to limit Cincinnati's run game. And what that means is Bryant, he's going to be put in some uncomfortable situations where he's going to have to make some passes that he's very inconsistent at trying to make. And we all know what happens when stuff like that takes place. Turnovers. And we'll get to that in a second. And not to mention, Cincinnati is 37% on third down conversions. And they hold their opponents to 42% on third down conversions. That is absolutely horrible. And did I already... Cupcake schedule. These numbers on a cupcake schedule? Come on. And they're a 7-2 team. Cincinnati on the year is only +2 in the turnover department. Horrible cupcake schedule. You should be able to take advantage of a lot of these teams. Come on. ECU is 51% on third down conversions, and they hold their opponents to 40%. Cincinnati's only converting 37%. ECU is +7 in the turnover department. They've had a much harder road to this game than Cincinnati has. Check it out. ECU is 12-4-1 in their last 17 games versus a team with a winning record. It's pretty impressive. And they're 6-2 in their last 8 road games. Cincinnati is 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 versus a team with a winning record. But check this one out. They are 0-4-1 in their last 5 overall. They haven't covered one game in the last 5 games. Horrible cupcake schedule. Horrible. Listen. ECU has the better and more consistent offense. ECU's strength on defense is going to show Bryant's inconsistency because they're going to be able to limit the run. And throwing the ball just isn't this kid's strength. It's just not. I don't know exactly how many, I don't, but I expect a decent amount of points scored in this game. And to be just downright honest with you, ECU getting 6 points in this spot right here, it's an absolute joke And it's disrespectful if you ask me. I won't be surprised one bit at all if ECU wins this game. Straight up. Won't be surprised one bit. I will definitely be putting a little bit of coin on the money line. I want to take advantage of this game as much as I can. Guys, you already know what the pick is. I'm in the hospital. I guess I let it ran a little bit longer. I get a little bit more animated. We're heating up and we're hot right now. Make sure you get on the train. I see the thumbs up going up. You know what the pick is, and it's going to be a fun game to watch. I believe that for sure. The pick is take ECU +6. You guys did a good job on raising the thumbs up. I think it was right around 40. Still not enough. Come on, guys. I'm giving you back-to-back winners. Let's go. This is another winner. I need to see the thumbs up at least, bare minimum, at 50 for this video. But guys, thank you for the comments, the likes, the subscribes, the love that you show. Thank you. You already know what I'm going to do until I get back to you guys. I'm going to get back to health, and I'm going to get back to getting this cash.